Hey, everybody. It's Trash Talk.
What's up,
Or
guys?
or is it trash talk? Is it real trash talk or is it artificial trash talk?
Yeah, man. Look, that's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. This AI stuff is getting out of hand.
I'm really having trouble wrapping my arms around this.
Well,
I don't quite understand it. I don't understand how it is going to be beneficial not only to us but to future generations.
it's not. Look, the reality is this. Anytime, I mean, let's go back. Let's go back to computers and calculators and all that stuff. Yes, they have definitely advanced our way we do things in the medical field, teach all that, the information, blah, 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 blah. I know that. I'm not an idiot. But if you look at even kids now and how they do everything on the tablet, on the computer, on the phone, how they work through problems and all that, they don't understand the problem when it refers to math or the writing aspect of it because they're doing it all on the computer. They just know how to get it done. But if you were to take that away from them and talk to them about those situations, about the math problem, the formulas, the writing techniques, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
they couldn't discuss it because computers have taught them how to do it. They don't know it, they know the process. And I see that with people. They know the process of something, but they don't know really the goodies, how the sausage is made, so to speak,
And when it works.
and when it works.
Because
You've
I
got
mean,
this
I've
AI is not new.
been in lots of situations where even let you go to a checkout counter and you want to buy something, and the clerk says to you, I'm sorry, I can't do it, our computers are down. And I've always, what, you have no manual backup system of being able to check me out, take my payment and everything. If the computer isn't up, you are hopeless.
Well, and that's the situation with a lot of people nowadays too, with everything they do from technology. But when you get into AI, it's not like the concept of AI or AI is new, but the as fast as it is really spawned out there and taken off, that's the scary part. And we can sit here and joke about Terminator and the future, but the reality is this. If you've watched, and I've been going down the rabbit hole, actually, Nick Luck and I have gone down the rabbit hole of AI and watched what they're creating and things like that. You have you have some serious people out there that are behind these AI platforms, programs, research that have warned. We just had something a couple months ago where they were in front of Congress. They were warning Congress saying, you know what? We are going to slow down this because it reached a level that we weren't comfortable with. So you've literally essentially let this virus out there. We'll just call it a virus.
Right.
And now it's starting to do things that you didn't. I mean, this is not sci-fi. It is starting to do things that you didn't predict and you didn't understand that it could. Now, we could sit there and talk about building the Terminator and coming after us, but what if on a simplistic level, AI decides to shut something down that it shouldn't because it feels like, nah, we don't need this. And it sets us back to the dark ages. What if AI
Right.
sits there and decides to completely like, we implement AI systems, which there already are some in major hospitals, and they decide to go, you know what, kill this grid, and you have a bunch of people on life support that are no longer alive. Just things like that on a simplistic level that people can sit there and shake their head at. But the reality is, listen to the people that are creating it. They're warning you right now. It's a problem.
There's no control over it, and I think everybody agrees we have to harness it in a certain way so that it doesn't go rampant. In the meantime, it's going rampant.
Well, how can you harness it? That's the thing, people. It's artificial intelligence. Can
Right.
you harness intelligence at all? No. So you are trying to give it. Look, there's these. You go to these simple things where it can draw stuff for you, and I've done it. I've used it to promote some of our stuff. I've gone in there and typed up like, hey, this is the concept for my show, and it creates an image. That's fun, right? It seems cool, right?
Right.
Nice. Well, now, number one, aren't you eliminating jobs and taking away from artists and graphic designers and all these things? Because AI is doing it. Matter of fact, Marvel just came out with a new show called Secret Invasion. They used AI to do the entire intro to the show.
Yeah.
And I understand why they did it because it's kind of part of the show. But I'm also like, well, how much money did that save you? And how many jobs? There's a DJ, Calvin Harris. He was out there DJing. He put Eminem in one of his tracks. It's not Eminem. It's AI doing Eminem's voice. Now you're getting into a licensing
Now you're
thing.
going to get into copyright infringement.
Right. What's my buddy got a message from The Rock for his birthday. You know how you can like pay celebrities to send you a happy birthday? There's a website that you can pay AI to send you a celebrity image and voice and everything, video from The Rock. And so he did the voice. And I got to tell you, I heard it. It is scary. But now you're impersonating somebody, which is illegal.
Right.
The problem is there's no laws on the books because we don't know what we're doing. We're just tossing it out there.
That's right. And also I got into a conversation with someone that said, what is this going to do for the future of our universities? Where, a student receives an assignment and they can go in and they can just tell AI, create a 3,000 word document on this subject, including this, and add this and add this and add this. And within minutes, you have got a 3,000 word term paper that you can turn in. So there was no thought process on the part of the student. There was no research on the part of the student. It was simply creating something from directions, and they turn it in, and all of a sudden they get back an A- or something, or an A on the project, but it wasn't their doing. And so that's the part of it that I question is, what is this doing to the brain matter of the younger generation? If AI can create everything they need to do,
Sure.
then how are they creating it in themselves? They just need to learn the process of how to let AI do everything.
Well, it's not even complicated too, because we're talking about these things on a simplistic level. When AI is already up here on this more complicated level, you can download probably dozens, hundreds of AI apps on your phone to literally do things. And then of course you pay to make it do better. But I asked AI to create a short story about, and I gave it 3 to 4 words, topics, and it created a short story about those topics. And I could submit it. There's no proof that that's from AI. There's no proof that that's from an app. I could submit it. We look at the benefits, and this is what gets me. This always happens with science and technology, because there are a bunch of narcissists who sit there and think they can play God, and it always comes back to bite them. There's 1,000 movies about it, but yet they ignore it. Now we're beyond movies. We're actually doing it in real life. It's like when researchers are like, oh, they discovered this, this virus that was frozen in the tundra for years. And guess what? It's still alive. Why do we need that?
Yeah. Why was it important to unfreeze it?
Right. Or they're like, they're like, we're gonna clone the woolly mammoth. We know we can do it. Why? Like, there's 6 Jurassic Park movies that tell you don't do it, but
right,
they're gonna clone it. And they want to do that in the dodo bird. Why? But with AI, nobody asks. Like, just because you can do it, nobody asks why or if we should do it.
It's because of the challenge of doing it. And then if something is wrong about it, then you go back and you play cleanup. I've always wondered what would happen if AI gets too deep into the development, let's say, of our vehicles,
Mhm.
And AI actually can do the design of a brand new vehicle, bumper to bumper, everything in it. And all. Now you've got this, you create this vehicle and everything, and then all of a sudden, a few years later, you realize that there are flaws in the creation of this. And now, like what happens now, where they have to recall millions and millions of them because there was this one glitch. But AI was the one that created that. It wasn't a human that went through and tested each component to say, okay, now let's put all the pieces together and come up with this vehicle, because AI created it start to finish.
Well, the other thing too is like, what if, and they did this, they built this robot, this artificial intelligence. You can Google all this and find it
Yeah,
everywhere. This robot and was asking it questions, and it was answering on its own. And then they asked questions about, human beings and what happens if the world gets sick and what happens if we get, and the AI literally responded as their option was to exterminate something that would affect the world. They said it like it's literally a half, it's like a cask, half, chest up
yeah.
creature. And and she looked right at the camera and was like, and this is not some movie TikTok ad edited, this is real, this was on the news, this was presented in front of Congress. And it said that, I mean, I don't know the exact words, I'd have to watch it again because it happened like almost a year ago. And it said that it would exterminate it. Well, if that's what they view, let's look at it on a simplistic level. If they make this car and they realize it's a problem, they'll just exterminate it. Well, if
Yeah.
they realize that human beings are a problem, or that this particular animal is causing this much problems for the world, then they'll just exterminate it. They'll get in, whether that's getting into your defense systems, whether that's launching something, whether that's shutting
Right.
it. If they feel like social media was a problem, oh, these keep popping up, these are red flags, wipe it out.
It truly is scary, because everybody is scrambling around to try and regulate it.
How do you
And I have no concept of how that is even possible, because you're constantly playing catch up to what AI is doing. You mentioned the medical field. That's scary in itself, because if AI determines that there is a mutation that causes this virus, that they'll eliminate the mutation. Okay, and by eliminating mutation, you eliminate the virus, but you probably also eliminate the ability for people with that virus to be cured.
Well, that's the thing. What if you're scanning? What if you get simplistic and you scan somebody, AI is involved and they're looking for this and they find it, and their choice is like, we've got to eliminate it. What if you're
Yeah,
hooked up to life support or hooked up to a machine and they determine, well, you know what? This isn't going to happen, so let's shut this machine off
yeah.
without a human getting involved.
Yeah, because AI determined that the best course of action is to terminate.
Because the one thing that we know from movies and we know from common sense is the difference between obviously AI and us is the human factor. So if you have that human factor looking at a situation of, no, let's not pull life support yet because we're going to try this, that's different. But if you have AIs going, there's nothing to try. We've calculated everything, we've looked at everything, done. They're not going to sit there and hem and haw and wait and ponder another option. They're just going to 86 the problem.
It, I mean, almost every profession, there will be some kind of AI intervention. I was
I don't
thinking,
know.
in terms of movies now, these automated movies. I mean, AI can just give you a 2 hour full length feature animated movie with a staff of 5 or 6 people.
Well, that's the thing. And there's no there's no rules, there's no laws, there's no, and I'm not trying to give Hollywood more money. I'm more look at it from the artistic point of view.
Yeah.
You're literally robbing the arts, because is it art? Do I think that AI can create art? I think to a level, yeah. It's like when some people look at DJ and electronic music. Is it music? It absolutely is. Is it different than songwriting? In a sense, yes. But if you have somebody pretending to be Eminem rapping hip, or somebody singing it, and somebody dropping beats that isn't a human being, if they come up with on their own, or maybe they stole the voice and image of another one, you're robbing it. You are making money somehow, some way,
Well,
bootlegging their
yeah,
image.
yeah,
There's got to be a stop to that.
yeah. I mean, anything. You mentioned like singer-songwriters. They're out there working their butts off to try and create the lyrics and the music for a song where somebody in the field of AI can say, write a love song that includes this and this and this and this, and you've got a finished product within minutes.
There's an app that you can download right now on your phone, and you can ask it to say, write a song in the style of Guns N' Roses, write a song, and it will do it for you. And it'll give you
Yeah,
a vibe, a feel, and a sound of Guns N' Roses.
yeah,
And you may pay like $2, $1.99 a month
yeah.
for it, or $9.99.
Yeah, and what's it going to do for publishing?
It's out the
Uh,
window.
you know, because somebody that has been writing a book and they've already got 5-6 chapters and all, they'll be able to direct AI to complete that book within a day.
It's really scary too, and it's really scary on the dark side of it. It's my cat is attacking me. It's really scary on the dark side of it too. Well, not that this isn't dark, but what it can do on the web. I mean, it can impersonate people and trap. I mean, you don't think that you've got criminals out there that all they do is spend their life trying to figure out a way to get what they want, which
Sure.
doesn't anybody else.
Yeah. We every day we get emails or texts or something telling us to just click below and all
Yeah,
to claim this or that. A lot of this is, and like you said, it is done in such a professional way that you are quick to react to it and say, well, this certainly looks official. I better answer it.
I better
And
get on it, right?
yeah, and it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. I've used AI just like on a simplistic level to mess around, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And I've used it recently, just a couple weeks ago, to promote my show and our show. But um, it's
But that's the positive use of it in order to create clips and all, and to take these pieces and to create something for a positive means. But that when, like you mentioned, the dark side, that's who is out there, because they're the ones that know that they can create havoc with it. And
absolutely.
that havoc will relate into millions and millions of dollars in their pocket or their offshore accounts.
Well, then you just look at it too, though. I always say it's no different than when you sign up for something. Now you're out there. Now
Yeah,
AI has a piece of you, a piece of your image, a piece of your phone, a piece of your technology. And it's just, look, this thing, look, I know it
sure.
really sounds like we're writing a movie, but it's growing. And when you have major people, like you even have Google going, we're pumping the brakes on this because, well, those, it might be too late. You can drive a car 100 miles an hour and hit the brakes. You're still going to move. So it might be too late. And it might be one of those situations where in the near future, maybe not in our lifetime, maybe, we don't know, there's going to be a crash or there's going to be something that's going to hurt from it. And everybody's going to look back on these videos and these talking heads and people that warned them and go, oh, yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know.
Right. Well, somebody of authority went on the media and told us that we need to do this. You don't know whether that was that actual person,
You don't.
that was an AI creation of that person.
It's that good. Look, if The Rock can call my friend and wish him happy birthday,
Right.
If Eminem can rap a song that he never wrote and was never there for, it's getting downright creepy.
Yeah. Ooh.
Now, if AI could go to work for me and just be my image and act and have my mannerisms, that would be creepy, but
Yeah.
you might sell me on that because I don't want to go to work today.
Right. And then also, if AI could just stop at the store and pick up a few groceries on the
Right.
on the way home, and then make
Right.
sure that it's already prepared to go right onto the table for dinner.
Do it. Yeah, absolutely. And do my laundry for me. If AI could somehow just get my laundry done for me, I'd be happy, man.
And artificial intelligence is not a new thing, because I remember when I was
No,
growing up, all
no.
all my teachers all said that this kid just has artificial intelligence.
Well, look, it's not a new thing. Look, Terminator came out in what, 1985, 1986?
Right, right. And you thought that's a great sci-fi movie and all, but
What,
it was like a cult, the beginning of a cult following.
Yeah, Alien, the first Alien came out, what, 78, 79, something like that. And they had artificial intelligence,
Right.
Space 2001, A Space Odyssey. I mean, come on.
Yep. Well, there ain't nothing artificial about this show.
No, no.
Because we couldn't do it if we tried.
Right.
So catch us next week again, 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning for Trash Talk with Brandon and Stuart. Go out and
Don't
make
forget,
it a good one.
follow us on TikTok too, guys. We're on there. We are on TikTok. Just go Trashtalkfrisco. You'll
And
find us.
Press the
Yeah.
little heart button.
Give us some love. Give us some talk. Drop some comments. Got some great interactions from a previous show we did. I did something real quick on there. Got some great interactions. We
Yep.
throw old clips on there. We finally decided to do a TikTok, and I'm behind the times on it because I was focusing more on the life of an average Joe, but decided we're going to do it. Plus, Facebook's a garbage dump anyway, so let's do that.
And it's real. It's not artificial.
Right.
See ya.
If Stuart could shut it off, we might need an AI guy. Stuart can't shut it off yet.
Did I shut it off?
No, you didn't.